we're all busy sitting and feeling sad, feeling bad, complaining about the tiny, tiny things in life. And then we have one Smriti Shivdasani who walks in and says, divine. It is only the divine. And then suddenly we're wondering, okay, but we are here and the divine is there, and how is the gap to be, bridged? So with that, Smriti, I have to tell you this, and every time you never cease to amaze me in with what you bring to the table. So thank you for that. And now diving straight in, the embrace the divine, the basic principle behind it about the unconscious, subconscious release work for reflection in the current life principle. And I'm going to read this out for you because these are your words, is that all healing is a side effect of consciousness. Anything that is not working for you is a result of unconsciousness. As we release the unconscious and choose from consciousness instead, transformation is possible. So, Smriti, would you break this down for us? I mean, I know this works, across the board, like every aspect of life, but here on the Devi Virtual Summit, we're here with money. So, monetarily, with regards to money, would you break this down for us?
Okay. Thank you. I will do that. And for that, I'll just give you a little context. So 20 plus years ago, there was this moment when I wanted to do certain things in life, and my dad told me my way or the highway. In that particular moment, I knew I didn't have a job. I didn't have any source of income. I didn't have a home to go to. I had nothing. But in that moment, knowing that if right now I don't take the highway, I'm going to kill a part of me. And so I chose to take the highway. Right? And I had no money, no home, no family, no friends. To my good fortune, I had some shares, which I had, purchased as part of my employee quota when I was working. I asked one of the broker friends I had at that time if I could pledge those shares and borrow some money to rent an apartment. And so I started my life with a negative. Yeah. And then, of course, I went through my journey of being a victim. My dad was the one I would blame everything on. And if he hadn't done this, if he had supported me, if, there were a lot of ifs. And so at that point of time, I had no clue about this mind, body, spirit connect. I felt very justified in my anger, in my resentment, in my hurt, in my pain. On the other side, somewhere deep down, I also somehow had this fierce desire to be financially independent and never to be at the mercy of anyone. So that fierce, burning desire to be financially independent got me moving. And because I had the desire, it's like the universe supports whatever is your true burning desire. And it was because of that I started, I opened myself up to abundance, to financial independence. Abundance is not just money, but abundance is abundance in every area of my life, whether it's relationships, whether it's body, whether it's money. So I wanted it all. I wanted great relationships, not like what I was going through at that time. And today, 20 plus years down the line, there is plenty of money. I have 2 homes. I have 2 commercial premises. I have multiple sources of income. And, every day as I open my cupboard, I see like my bowl filled with silver coins, gold coins, and all of that.
Tilt it once more, Smriti. Sorry. Oh, that is so cool.
Like all fall, but yeah, like I just pull some of the heavy ones out of that. Like my gold nuggets and my, big coins and all of that. Like, I mean, on that day, I could not have believed when I was walking out that door that there would be a day when I would have all of this. And I'm not saying I'm a billionaire or a trillionaire, but I'm saying that it has been possible for me to turn from negative into all the comfort, all the abundance that I desire. And what each of us desires will be different. Doesn't have to be the same. What's a lot for you may be nothing for me, right? And yeah, it's different for everybody. So, whatever you desire, I want to tell you it's possible. But there is a journey that I have been through, and I think most people go through that journey, which is from operating from that place of being a victim with regards to money, if not other areas. Right now, today, let's stick to money. So it starts with, having that lack. And if you have some kind of history like I have, and some kind of belief programming that you've been exposed to growing up, money is not enough. It's so difficult to earn money. What do you think? Money grows on trees or what? Things like that. You can't have this, you can't have that, and there's so many restrictions and struggles. Then there is that phase that we all go through, which is a victim phase, and a phase where we think in lack, not understanding that. How we be vibrationally. And our vibration is made up of what we are thinking, what we are feeling, what we are saying. All of it combines and creates an electromagnetic field. And whatever is a match, kind of you draw it in. So somewhere my belief, even though I felt like a victim, but I also still had the belief that I know how to make money and I will make it. Right. And that alone, I think, set up my vibration to be able to make money and all of that. And so over the long term, this has happened. And then, of course, the cancer bit happened, and it's been a hell of a long journey, but it's a very beautiful journey in hindsight, I can say. And this is part of Embrace the Divine. Now, what I have come to understand is that nothing that's going on in our life is wrong. None of it is bad. Whether it means having no money is also not a bad situation. Everything is our curriculum for growth. And I say this in the capacity of being a life coach, and I have recently completed my training as a radical forgiveness coach. And I'm going on to become a radical living coach. Like Neelu said, I'm constantly learning. And when I did any kind of healing, whether it was my body, my money, or my relationships, what I understand is that everything that is going on in our life is our curriculum for growth. It is something that you and I, as spiritual beings, we are all spirit beings in human bodies, having a human experience. And again, this concept doesn't have to sit with everybody, okay? And I'll completely get it if you think I'm nuts and I'm talking like a crazy person, and I'm completely okay with that, because that's also a phase. But if somebody had told me this some time ago, I would have said, you're nuts. But this is what it is. What I've understood is my soul journey, what I came here for, what I came here to experience as a growth, what are the energies that I came here to transform. And so ultimately it comes down to there's nothing wrong. Everything is in divine order. So whatever I am going through, I normally, when I'm resisting it, or when I'm making something wrong, or I'm going into guilt games, or I'm going into blame games, I'm being angry, etc. What I'm doing is I'm not allowing this divine energy. I'm just calling it divine energy. You can call it whatever. You can call it source. You can call it light. There's something that's created this entire universe. There's something that's taken the form of you, of me, and of this gold nugget of, the hard cash and the house and everything that you're using today. It's all material form of that energy. That energy has the divine intelligence within it to take any form that you impress upon it with your thoughts, and which is why the concept of illusion, Maya, etc., all comes in. That's where it comes in. And everybody, given the same circumstances, creates a different reality. Why? Because our reality shows up based on what we see it as. So somebody may say the same thing, like somebody may see cancer as, OMG, like this is horrible, which is how I saw it initially. And then you can see it where I am today. Oh, wow, what an amazing journey. Yeah, physically it's tough, but what a fabulous, curriculum for growth I chose. And the fact that I chose it, I also have it in me to, pass this class, pass this growth, get through this curriculum. And that gives me that sense of strength, that sense of joy. So it's about recognizing that everything is in divine order. So I have literally moved from that space of being a victim to that space that, there's this mind, body, spirit, and my vibration, and all those aha moments as I attended various classes. But I was trying to make wrong things right. I was trying to change things. That's not transformation. Change is change at a material level. You change one matter to another matter. But I realized what I was looking for was transformation. Transformation is when the energy shifts completely, it dissolves, dissipates completely. So I went from being angry to looking at ways to release the anger, because I thought I should not have anger, and it's wrong to have that anger, and it's wrong to have that lack consciousness, to actually being able to see the divinity of it all, the divine in it all, and embracing it completely, not rejecting it, not resisting it, because remember, what you resist persists. So I realized that everything that I've been trying to clear is, first I have to embrace it, because healing, the first step in any healing is acceptance. And again, I'm saying this is just my learning and my understanding. Okay. And I'm only sharing what I'm sharing. You'll hear many things from many expert healers, and everybody comes from what they know, and everything contributes and everything adds. And even where I am today is a result of so many things that I have, dabbled with or dived deeply into and learned and let it add. And, all of it has awakened my own knowing. And I'm right now talking from there. And yes, I have learned so much from so many people, and I bring that all together. So I have brought it to my life to create a beautiful money reality. So there was my ask that I should be able to work less and earn more, because I was working around the clock. I was tired. It had shown up as so much fatigue in my body, and my body was just not recovering. And I said, no, is this what I really want? No. And so I dropped a lot of stuff, which took up a lot of my time. I stopped facilitating many of the classes that I used to facilitate. I missed them. But I knew that, again, this was one more stage in my life where I had to have integrity. What was my soul here for? And I realized that there are so many things that I love to do that I don't do because I don't have the time. So I said, okay, I'm going to work less. Not that my work is work, but what I'm calling the official work bit, I want to work less, but I want to, still maintain the income that I want, and probably more, because I spend so much of it on learning. So I would like to pay for all those high ticket programs. So I had that new demand in my universe. And now I had this embrace the divine process. And I knew that is possible. So I just asked for that to show up in my life. And today I work 3-4 hours a day, 15 days a month, 20 days a month at the best. I earn what I earn. I'm good with it. I earn more than what I earned earlier. And I get to paint, and I get to, watch Netflix, and I get to get time to chat with my friends, and I get to do so many other things, take some days off, go in the nature, etc., etc. So I love my life, what I have created, and it's possible for you too. But it's important to understand that wherever you are right now, no matter what mistakes you've made with your finances, trust me, I've given away so many so-called temporary loans which never came back.
True. I think all of us.
I made so many investment mistakes. Oh my God, thought that script will go up and it went down. And, in matter of minutes, so much lost, etc., etc. I've done all of that, and I felt so bad and so horrible about it. And I'm not good enough, and, questioning my ability, and I'm not good with money, and all that nonsense I've been through. I call it nonsense today. It was not nonsense then. It was so real to me then.
Yes, when you're going through it, it's the toughest. Right.
But today I know that, when people say nothing is true and nothing is real, I know what they mean. None of this is true and none of this is real. But what's important is not to become a victim because of it. What's important to understand is that you chose this as your human journey in this particular embodiment. You came here to experience certain energies like anger, frustration, sadness, grief. It'll be different for different people. There are, all of these are kind of categorized in 5 wounds, so to say, right? Abandonment, rejection, betrayal, injustice, humiliation. And we came to experience those. It's something we chose. Now you'll say, Smriti, you're mad. How can you say that? What proof do you have? No, I don't have any proof. I only have proof of my life. It was only when I started embracing the divine order in whatever was going on that I could have spaces that opened up for me for new opportunities. So I'm not saying my life is perfect if I look at it from this reality eyes. No. I have a lot of things going on at a physical level. But when I look at it as the infinite being that we all are, an expression of that divine intelligence which has created all of us, then all is perfect. All is right. And only when you can embrace the perfection in that imperfection, the perfection in what you think is wrongness, the perfection in what you think is horrible, is when you can start opening up to having something which is called peace, joy, happiness, contentment, security, sense of power. And when you feel all of that within you, then what kind of a being are you?
Divine.
Divine, abundant.
Abundant.
Abundant. You're abundant.
Right. Right.
When you're feeling worried about money, are you feeling abundant?
No.
When you're angry at so many people who've not paid you back, are you feeling abundant?
No.
Yeah.
Right.
When you are upset with somebody who's cheated you in your business or cheated you in your life in any area, are you feeling abundant? No. So to have money, to have abundance, whatever I share, it's not just about money, but it's also, you can extrapolate it to abundance in every area of your life. So to have abundance, you have to be the energy of abundance. And if you have somewhere in your universe anger, hurt, pain, resentment, etc., 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 it's blocking that divinity, that the divine is all abundant. It's abundant, right? All of energy, this energy that has created everything, it is abundant. That's why it can take so many forms. So you're not allowing that energy to come through. That energy resides within you and it resides all around you. The breath that you inhale, like one of my teachers in one of my classes that I attended on pranayam, he spoke so beautifully about this being a cosmic breath. This breath has been there all the time. This air that from which we breathe in, this breath of life, has been there all the time for millions and trillions of years. And we are breathing it again and again. It's wise. It's creative. It's life-giving. So we are not allowing that to come through. We are not allowing it to come through from within us and to us from outside of us when we have all these things which are incongruent with abundance. So the Embrace the Divine process came in few stages. So 3 years ago in a meditation, it came to me as a physical process where I was guided to put my hand and ask my participants to put my hand in one place and the other hand in some other way. And it came as a physical process. As we worked with it, then what came in was the words that came in, which I will be teaching in Embrace the Divine workshop. And the energies came in. And then to attune others, as practitioners, some symbols came to me, a symbol came to me. And that's how the whole thing came together. And I was actually very afraid to offer it when it first came in, because I said, oh my God, this is so simple. Nobody will believe that this is worth anything. And I was really scared, honestly, to offer it. And, but some of my friends and people in the meditation used it. And then when more those words came in, then I taught it to all the participants who were doing coaching programs with me. And they started using it. And so many people saw life just opening up, energies shifting like that, and life getting better. And then came the request, Smriti, we want to use this with our clients. Can you please create a practitioner program? I said, okay, let me think about this. Now, when I say let me think about this, means I'm going to put it back to the universe, to God. I call it God. And I said, show me if this is something that's ready to move into the world in a slightly more structured way. And I got a yes. And in fact, when we first started this process, I called it RTU, release the unconscious. Right. But then when I decided to put this out and I was creating the manual, etc., the word that came to me, I was guided to, was embrace. That this has got to be, because this is all about embracing whatever it is, not as wrongness, but as divine order. So embrace the divine. That's how Embrace the Divine has come about.
Superb, superb. You know, two things. Actually, a lot of things stood out for me. The one thing that stood out definitely was that what you resist persists.
Absolutely.
And you know what I instantly thought, Smriti, and you don't have to be a parent to know this, because we've all been teenagers. What happens with children and teenagers? You tell them to not do something, they will go out of their way to do it. More you tell them don't do it, they will make sure they do it. So that resistance which persists, we are living samples of it. You know, even if you do not understand a lot of big words and things and the unknown and the unseen, we live this every day. So how about learning from just that and seeing how that can be translated into this reality to change the picture? Am I remotely right in making
Yes,
comparisons, Smriti?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was one thing. And the second, like you said, Smriti, today when you turn back, you say nonsense. But when you're going through it,
oh my God,
it's horrible. It's
living
heartbreaking.
hell.
It's you are breaking down. So in that situation, Smriti, when you're in that, nothing's working, this is impossible, oh my God, everything's wrong, and what is the divine? There is nothing, I'm not abundant, the universe is not abundant, we're in that constant mode.
In that moment, use this process.
It works there.
Takes a few seconds or maybe minutes.
Wow. And so you don't need to know. You don't need to know the reason. You don't need to know the root cause. You don't need to know why you're angry right now. If you're angry right now because you just had an argument with your health, or are you angry right now because you can't go to work? You don't need to know the reason for anything. You just need
whatever may be the reason. Whatever may be the reason. The fact is that you're not feeling good. The fact that you're feeling horrible. That is not congruent with abundance.
Right. Right. Right.
Not working in your favor. You can feel justified. And I give you that. Please vent if you have to.
It's a process too, right?
But at some moment, you will have to. If you want to stay congruent with abundance, you will have to let that, move through you. Experience it, feel it, and move it. And moving it or transforming it becomes possible when you use the process, and you can use it anywhere, doing anything, in the middle of anything. I can use this process today. Not that I have many arguments anymore, but because I completely get the divine. But even if I do end up in a situation which is like creating something in me, or even if I'm arguing with a person, I am constantly also in the back of my mind doing the process. And within seconds, I'm able to receive that person and what that person is
Right.
projecting at me or saying to me or doing to me, so to say. No one is doing anything to me, but yeah, in that moment, it looks like they're doing it to me. So,
And because you're feeling that way, you immediately turn to the process. Super.
yes,
And people, we are going to get an experience of it. We will get a glimpse of it. We also have Aparna, I can see her. I think I said hello to Subhadra also earlier. They've actually been through this process with you. And it's always nice to hear, you know, we've heard from you, Smriti, and you're tangible. And because at some point, I think we all end up looking for tangible results as well, correct? And you, like you said, you've got two homes now, and the second home, if I recall correctly, Smriti, happened after Embrace the Divine. And you didn't take a loan, you didn't have to sell your first place, no mortgage, no nothing
no, nothing.
there.
So every time the thought came up, how are we going to pay for this? You
Right.
know, and that energy would come up, oh my God, energy, that fear and all of that.
Right.
And I would just start running this process. Boom. Again, become aligned with abundant energies. That's it.
Wow.
Boom. Every time I see my self going off top, run the process, boom, I'm in alignment with it. So it's not something that we do that creates the money. Money is available to us all over the place. You're right now wearing clothes that are money. You're sitting on a chair that is money. You're sitting in a house or a office which is money. Everything is money. Who says you don't have money?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's just
Absolutely.
cash transformed into another form. The money is still with you in a different form. That's all it is. And that's something I teach in my Romance the Money class. But what I'm saying today is all you need to in any given moment is take care is, are you being abundant energy? That's it. Actually, that's it. But to get there is a process. And this one just helps you to move into it much more easily. So
You
eventually, the matter will also turn.
Correct.
First, the energy has to turn.